authority of Jesus and Mary. Mightn't be where you'd expect to interview an inter-county manager, but that's exactly where Cork boss Conor Counihan was this week for his work. His professional life certainly putting the pressures of managing the All-Ireland champions into perspective.
I work with the St. Joseph's Foundation organisation involved providing services to people with special needs, and certainly, families with children with special needs can, on very many occasions, be under an awful lot of pressure. And the rest of us get up every morning to do our job. Very fortunate to have our full facilities with us and not to have any worries that these people have. You have to try and keep it in perspective, as you said, and certainly, I suppose, the work-sport balance is good from that point of view.
And Daniel Goulding, who scored 5 points against Kerry in the Munster final, man of the match in last year's All-Ireland final, he's out of the game.
We'll be monitoring that on a week-to-week basis. At this point, it looks as if it's going to be 5 or 6 weeks. But look, you're just hopeful that things will come right. But from our point of view, in terms of management and from the players' point of view, we've got to look at who we have now rather than who we haven't.
People are saying that Cork are always nearly coming from behind, giving teams a lead and then trying to reel them back in. I suppose it must have been very pleasing for yourself to see you getting off to that good start and getting ahead and being able to push on from there.
Yeah, well, I suppose particularly after Killarney, after our first half there and the poor start, we certainly recognised that as an area we needed to get control of. And, luckily enough, the last day it went quite well for us. Like, in the earlier rounds of the championship, maybe against lesser opposition, you get away with it, but certainly, against the likes of Mayo now on Sunday, you wouldn't get away with that. I mean, we've played Mayo twice in the league and in Cork last year and up in Castlebar this year. And they beat us on both occasions, and certainly they've become very formidable under James Horan, very hard-working and a great team spirit and that sort of thing. So, you just can't afford to do that.
Under James Horan, his first year in charge, they maintained their Division 1 status, they're Connacht champions, and people will see them going into this as the underdogs. Probably the pressure is maybe off them to a certain extent and on ye.
Underdogs, I mean, I don't go too much with that. I mean, I think a typical example was that a lot of the players that are playing on both sides on Sunday played in the 2006 All-Ireland Under-21 football final, and Cork were hot favourites for that, and we know what happened there. So, it's all about what you do on the day in the 70 minutes, and, you have to be focused right for the game. And, we've even seen last week in relation to hurling, many people, had written Waterford off, and we saw what happened there. It's the real serious stuff that starts now on Sunday, and, it's the tempo will be up, the pace of it will be up, and, if you can't rise to that, then you're not going to be